This is a small fragment of movie related to Da Vinci Bridge. And you see he used different beams to this, right? And this is nice idea how to use wisely material without any extra nails, without anything. But very important to understand how strong are these beams, because if they not strong, your bridge will be what? Not strong enough. And how usually tested these beams? Beams tested by breaking them. And for instance, I will give a problem based on this. So we're talking about these beams, right? Okay. So you understand this, each of this part we name beams. In this case is wooden beams. Jim? Do you see my whiteboard right now? Still?
Yes.
Good. Let me explain again this concept. The concept is, some of you still think this is the bigger, this beam, the bigger force. But remember, if I have, pretend this is big beam, and this is small beam. To break beam, which is big, right? I need less effort. See, less effort. The bigger beam, the less effort they're supposed to use. And for small beam, it's difficult to break it. So we have inverse variation. What is inverse variation? The longer beam, the smaller force. They go opposite directions. I'm going to explain again from scratch. The longer beam, this smaller force. And the smaller beam, the larger force. This is the inverse variation. And for inverse variation, how to solve it very fast. And today is this SHSAT math. Product before and after always the same, because what we're doing here, we study inverse variation. Now, they said that 7 pounds, 9 feet. I just take number what is given. 9 feet. When you have 4 feet, I have no idea how many pounds it is. But product is a constant, the same, before and after. Okay, it takes just few seconds to recognize this. Very important to recognize it directly inverse. Now, divide was 4 by 4. You got 63 over 4, which is 15 and 3 over 4. If you use decimals, is 15.75, whatever. So this would be the answer. One line. Only you have to be sure this is inverse variation. Who understands this 100%? 100. Okay. What about Dasha? Hands up. You understand 100%? Good, good. So if you understand this, you can solve many problems from your homework. So since I get feedback that you had some difficulties with your homework, I will analyze and go through some question of this. Okay. And through this topics variation, we cover a lot. We review basic computation skill. We review basic of equations. And simultaneously very strong. So that's what we do here. Who has questions? So step number one, recognize either direct or inverse variation. For inverse variation, we always use what? Product before and after. What is direct variation? We cover after this. Indirect, let's say you have more money, increasing, right? More ice cream you can buy. If two quantities goes to the same directions, this is direct variation. For direct variation, we use what? Proportional. For inverse variation, with the trick you usually, we use product before and after. And today I want to devote this class to inverse variation. Okay. Now, students, I'm going to go through homework. And wherever you have difficulties, I explain you some problems. We solve the problem together, actually, one by one. Okay, because I see when you send me your result was not very, well, not the best. So I assume that you just started this topic, right? And we're gonna go through step by step. Have in front of you these handouts, what I give you, inverse variation, right? This one. You see this? And who needs help for number one? Number one. Okay, read this, please. Somebody read this. Unmute всех. Lawrence, would you like to read number one, please, out loud? Yes.
All right. If 32 men can reap a field in 15 days, in how many days can 20 men reap the same field?
Okay, thank you. What we know in this problem, number one, they said, let me write for myself, 32 men can reap a field in 15 days. 15 days. In how many days can 20 men? 20 men. I don't know how many days. I just write what is given. X days. Now, before to start, think a moment. What do you think? If we have less people, it takes more days to reap this field or less? If you have less people, who think we need more days to reap this field? Raise your hand. Okay, majority, we got it. Put your hands down. Who has no idea? Okay, don't be afraid. Raise hand. Okay, no, look at this. You have a house or apartment, doesn't matter. And pretend you have 5 people in your family. And before holiday, everybody participate in cleaning your apartment. And compare two different scenarios. Scenario A, all 5 people work evenly, clean your apartment. Scenario B, only you clean entire apartment. In which case we need more hours to clean the apartment? When you work by yourself, B, or when you work with entire family, A. Who think we need less time? Less time. when you have entire family? Raise your hand. Sure, I need feedback. Feedback. Who does not know how to raise hand here in this platform? Okay, hands down. Who not sure? Who not sure? Florence, you raising hand or you have questions? Okay, more people work, more people. Less time you need to do the same job. So this is more people, less time. Inverse variation, because two quantities goes like two trains in opposite directions. Since inverse product before and after is the same. How to find x? I take different color at the beginning and divide both part by 20. Good idea if you study how to simplify. 20 and 20 cancel out. I can divide by 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 20 divided by 5 is 4. And 4 goes in 32 8 times, right? And they ask you how many days. 8 times 3 is 24 days. Now analyze what we have. 24 days for this case we have. When we had 32 people, we had 15 days. The number of people decrease, number of days increase. It makes sense. To understand this problem 100%, 100. Should I need your feedback, Dasha? Should I explain how to raise hand? Tell me using microphone. I will tell you how to do this. So nobody has difficulties to raise hand? Again, students, don't be shy. In any circumstances, you can ask me any question before you raise.
Dr. Farber?
Yes.
Can I get water?
Sure.
Thanks.
Welcome. Nice question. Any more? Okay, let's do the second one. The second one, Daniel T, please read the second one.
Okay. 12 men can dig a pond in 8 days. How many men can dig it in 6 days?
Excellent. So write what we have. Number 2. And there's one line problem. Okay, 12 men. This is men. Can do in 8 days. X-Men and 6 days. If number of days decreases compared to this one, number of men supposed to be more. Exactly the same model. So this is inverse variation. If you have any question, this is most important because this is Google Gaga, all this multiplication. It's not difficult. Put your hands down if you don't have questions, students. Down, because I have impression that you have questions. Matthew, Nicole, if you have a question, ask me. So how to solve it? We see. Just divide by 6 both parts. Develop your skill for simplification, students. So cancel. 1 goes to this 2 times. 2 times 8, 16. 16 men. Now analyze what we have. If we have less days, 6 is less than 8. So number of men 16. is greater than 12. Makes sense. Okay, put check mark, put check mark. Was it difficult? Who understand these two problems 100%? Two problems 100%, 100. Andrei, how you understand this? Andrei, Rashela, Tihan. Okay, good. So if you have experience, how many seconds does it take to multiply two number and divide it? You can do it like in 30 seconds, right? When you have experience. Well, number three. Number three, who will read? Emma, wanna try? Read it, please. Number three.
I don't know number 3. I don't think I have the homework.
How come? Did
I
you?
don't think I ever got it.
But you have in your email. Okay, forget.
Oh, I don't use my email. I think my mom sent you her email, not mine. I don't check her email.
Listen, please. Your mom is responsible. You know that you have this all prepared for the class. Is it simple? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And don't tell me all this stuff. It's not
I'll
my.
have to ask my mom about it.
Nobody cares. Talk to your mom. Understand this? Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But this is last time because your mom, you get red dot next time. Together, both of you. Okay. Matthew, please.
A hostel has enough food for 125 students for 16 days. How long will the food last if 75 more students join them?
Okay. I want you to understand. I'm not make a pressure on you. No way. But I think parents work hard. If you come here not prepared to this class, you're losing information. And this is not fair. Instead of going forward, how come you be in the class without handouts? It's not good.
Dr. Farber,
Yes.
what was the answer for number 2 again?
For number 2, I already forget what it was. It was 24 or 16, man. 16. Did I answer your question?
Sorry, what?
16.
16? All right, thank you.
Okay, number 3. We have in number 3, 125 students. I make it sure, students. 16 days. How long will the food last if 75 more? You know, we have Matish language, Matish. Matish. What is Matish? Is English math equivalence. For instance, in English for, let me put, I give some example. Off, 50% off, it means multiplication. More means addition. And we have few pages of this dictionary. When you have experience, you automatically convert to math symbols. If they said 75 more, so now number of students would be 125 plus 75 more, because more means what? Addition. And how many days? I have no idea. Okay, this is students, and this is days. If you have any question, ask. If they said less, what you're supposed to do? Less. You subtract. More is addition. So far, so good. According to the PEMDAS rule, the first is in parentheses. It will be 200. And you can overwrite 200 times x equals to 125 times 16. And now we have exactly the same problem, same structure like we did right now. We did before. Let's say I divide both part by 200. By 200. Why? Because I need to find x. Look at this. 200, 200. Cancel out. I can divide by 25. If I divide 125 by, let me write for you. I use, for instance, green this. I divide this by 25 and this by 25 to avoid questions. 125 by 25 is what? 5. 200 divided by 25 is 8. 8 goes into 16 two times. And they ask you how many of this you have for number 3. 5 times 2 is 10 days. If you compare to previous problem, it's pretty much the same structure. Only have to take consideration, they have to do one extra step. Since number of people increase more, you add them up. Who understand up to this point everything, students? Why are you not raising hand? You have difficulties? Nicole, how you feel about this? What about Sikhan? How you understand this? Soon in future, when I ask you who, you have 2 seconds to raise it. Two. In this case, I can explain you more.
It just kind of was like I was pressing the button, but it wasn't like registering that I was pressing it.
I don't understand what you're talking about. If you have question, ask me. Thank you.
Dr. Farber?
Yes.
I needed help with number 7. I didn't really understand number 7.
Step by step, step by step. You see, I sequentially go through all this stuff, sequentially. Some question I explained today, some not. It depends how you better you understand. I go through it, testing you, right? Through more advanced questions. Step by step. My goal, not number 7, my goal concept. It was number 3. By the way, Lawrence, can you read number 4? 4.
Sure. A fort had enough food for 80 soldiers for 60 days. How long would the food last if 20 more soldiers joined after 15 days?
Thank you. Number 4, what we have? 80, what we have? What is it? 80 soldiers for 60 days. If 20 soldiers join after 15 days. Okay, let me put preliminary somewhat. We have days. And how many days they have? 60 days. And 20 more soldiers join after 15 days. After 15 days, which is they join for 60 minus 15, which is 45 days. They join for this interval, right? Time. Look at this, what we have also for this. Now, what about soldiers? 80 soldiers. 80, right, of them? I look on this, and they know that 20 more soldiers join. So we have for now 100 soldiers. This preliminary work what we have. Okay, and this 100 soldiers, they join for this period of time. So what we write? I can write step by step. 80 plus 20. This number of soldiers times X days equals to 80 soldiers for these 45 days. Why? Because we now compare intervals where they work, they will use this when they join. When they join, it is 45 days, and this 45 days, it was 80 soldiers, if it were. But for this period, they joined 20 more soldiers. And this is inverse variation, because more soldiers, less days. Well, this is 100 times X equals 80 times 45. So far, so good? Now, I divide both part by 100. I use this. Cancel, cancel. I can cancel the zeros. I can simplify by 5. If I divide by 5, this will be 9. And this will be 2. And this 2 goes into 8 4 times. And 4 times 9, 36 days. But keep in mind, I just analyzed this part. Don't forget the preliminary, we had 15 days, because they ask you, in this case, how long but the food will last. Because this food consumed these people, and this food consumed these people, 100, including this one. So in order to get answer, you have to take 36 days and plus these days, plus 15. Which will be what? 51 days. So first of all, 15 days they ate this food. And after that, instead of 45 days, since there was more people, 36 days they eat this part of food. And overall would be 51 days. To understand this 100%, key thing student is this one. And this is preliminary preparation. So like your parents prepare some soup, they do some cut cabbage, whatever, and after that just put boil together. This we boil together. Who has question before I raise? Key thing is this concept. This concept. Okay, we have number 5. Number 5. Well, if you don't have question, I will raise it. No questions? Number 5. Who will read number 5? Nicole, wanna try? Number 5.
Okay. 500.
Yes, you can go. Matthew, you can. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. 500 soldiers in the fort had enough food for 30 days. After 6 days, some soldiers were sent to another fort, and thus the food lasted for 32 more days. How many soldiers left the fort?
Thank you. We'll use the same preliminary preparation, right? What we have here in number 5. In number 5, we know, read carefully, this is 30 days. And what is it? 500 soldiers. Next line, after 6 days, so the first 6 days, how many days left? 30 minus 6, which is 24 days. After 6 days, 24 days we have here. And part of this, soldiers, let's say X, were sent to another 4. So definitely amount of soldiers decreased by X, because if X is sold, 500 minus X is left. Just preliminary preparation. Any question about this? What I'm doing is just read line by line and try to represent in diagram. If you have a question, ask me. Now, this amount of people, 500 minus X. Okay. They said, and they said in addition, it would be 32 more days. 32 more days. 32 days. And this is soldiers. Because since number of people decreases, number of days in this case increases, inverse variation. Originally, for this interval, when they sold sent to another 4, it was 500 soldiers for 24 days. 24 days soldiers. So far so good. Next, what are you supposed to do? How to find X? I will simplify everything by what? By 32. By 32. (32, 32). 24. 24, I do slowly. You can simplify by what? By 8. It would be 3. And 32, if you divide by 8, it would be 4. 4 goes into 500 is 125 times. Okay. So if you multiply this, you have left 500 minus X equals to 375. Minus 500 and minus 500. Cancel out. Negative X, if you subtract this, okay, you will get negative 125. 125. So if you multiply both part by negative 1, you get X equals to 125. What the difference from previous one? Key thing is this one, inverse variation. And before preliminary, we prepare how many days and how many soldiers we have. Who understand this or who has questions? If you have a question, ask me. Again, students, it's just diagnostic. Later would be easy because I will see how you count, how fast you count. Everything goes to my AI. It's just beginning. Okay, but the end, everybody's so easy. Okay. Number 6. Number 6. Rochella, please. 6.
8 taps have the same rate of flow. Fill a tank in 27 minutes. If 2 taps go out of order, how long will the remaining taps take to fill the tank?
Excellent. Good reading. So, number 6. What do we have? We have 8 taps. I just write to myself. Okay. Having the same rate of flow. And they fill a tank in 27 minutes. Now, they said if 2 taps go out, so minus 2, you have 6 taps. And how many minutes? Again, students, step number 1, before to multiply, you have to figure out, is it inverse variation? Yeah, if you have less steps, you have to need more time. Inverse variation. So make product 6 times x equals 8 times 27. So far so good. Questions? So divide post par by 6. I do it slowly. 6, 6. I can simplify by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 27 divided by 3 is 9. 2 goes into 8 4 times. 4 times 9 is 36 minutes. Analyze what you get. Always analyze. If we have 6, number of taps decreasing, definitely we expect to have more time. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, who understand up to this point? Who has any question, ask me. Don't be shy. Some of you are asking if you go to bed. In 5 minutes, I give you a chance to go to bed, right? 5 minutes. We go through this. Somebody asked number 7. I will explain 7, but not right now. Not right now, because I want to be prepared for number 7. Number 7 is just a little bit longer. A little bit longer. I'm going to go through identical, and if you have time, go through number 7. Okay, let me go selectively, which is we did to number 6. Let me cross it out. To number 6. From methodology point, it's better to go through similar questions. Okay. I show how to use rate. I show how to. Okay, for instance, somebody read number 9. 9. Yes. Who read number 9? Andrei, would you like?
Sure.
Please.
If 30 laborers working 7 hours a day can finish a piece of work in 18 days, how many laborers working 6 hours a day can finish it in 30 days?
Thank you. So this looks a little bit unusual because why? Usually we have 2 variables, x days, and here we have labors, hours per day, and days 3. I will use special method for this test and show how to solve some tricky questions, not today, using just one line. But for this one, let's do the same approach like we did. Write it down what we have. Number 9. Number 9. What we have? We have 30 labors. 7 hours per day. And 18 days. Nice. Versus if they work 6 hours per day and 30 days. And they ask you how many labors do we have? Well, look at this. Very simple. I take different color, let's say green one. If I multiply 7 hours per day times 18 days, I can find total time, right? Yes or no? Let's say if you study 7 hours per day, 18 days, if you multiply, you found time total you study. So this is total time. If you multiply this. And this is total time if I multiply this. And this is, I would name T total 1. And this I will name for explanation T total 2. Total time. Beautiful. Can you see again? I have the same. Pretend this is combined numbers. I can multiply this by this equal this by this. Exactly what we did. Behind the scene is the same one-line problem. Now let me do this. X times T total 2 equals 13 times T total 1. I just for explanation, I show the same actually 2 terms here, 2 terms there. But keep in mind, what is T total 1? It's the same X times 7 times 18. Not like this. This would be faster. I use total 2. X times 6 times 30. This T2 equals to 30 times 7 times 18. So practically the same what we did, and everybody solved problem number 1. It's like problem number 1, easiest problem. Now, I divide both part by, let's say, use different color. Nice. Brand new, made in China. What about this block? Oh, better. 6 times 30 and 6 times 30. Students, my suggestion, don't rush to multiply numbers because on the test you have limited time and probably easy when you operate with this one. Look at this. Cancel out. This and this cancel out. 6 goes to 18 3 times. And they ask you how many for this you have. How many labors you have. Okay, 7 times 3, 21 labors. What I did, I just preliminarily see that if I multiply number of hours per day times number of days, I will get total time. And it's like eating food. More people, less time, food lasts. Okay. Who really understand up to this point everything? Who has question? Don't be shy. Ask me this question. No questions. Okay, let me call this number 9. Again, methodological, I'll go through all of them, but my suggestion to do step by step. Number 10. Okay, Kevin, please. Would you like to try 10?
Give me 1 second, Dr. Farber. It's 10, right?
Yes, 10.
Okay. If 5 men working 6 hours a day can reap a field in 20 days, in how many days will 15 men reap the field if they work for 8 hours a day?
Thank you very much. So this is number 10. Again, write what is given here. Number 10. 5 men. This is given. 6 hours per day. And 20 days. Versus 15 men. 8 hours per day. And X days. We don't know. Look at this again. I do exactly the same pattern. So they confuse you because they have 3 parameters. 3 parameters is very interesting problem. I found in one book, an ancient book. This is book. It's not very ancient book in calculus, but I show this book. This book is 1,700 something, right? I found very interesting method to solve 3 parameters. But for this one, okay, for this one, we don't need this method. We use this method for some more challenging questions. Because look at this, like we did before. If we multiply number of hours per day times number of days, I get total time. T total 1. Or if I multiply these guys, I will get T total 2. And since this is inverse variation, more people, less time. I explained when you bring a farm in the beginning of the lecture. Just write it down what we have. So far so good. So you multiply 15 times 15 times T total 2. I just explained you, when you start there, I just explained that we have actually 2 variables, not 3. This is combined, it comprises of these 2. Equals to 5 times T total 1. Plug in 15 total 2 is 8 times X equals to 5 times 6 times 20. You can think about this total, T total 1. Now, how to solve for X? I take different color. And I want to get rid of these two guys, even though it's in parentheses, nobody cares. 15 times 8. 15 times 8. Simplification. 15, 15, 8, 8. 5 goes into 15 3 times. I can simplify by 4. 20 divided by 4 is 5. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 3 times 2 is 6, and this is 6. Cancel out. And the question is, they ask you how many days. This is 5 days. Well, let's analyze. If you have more people, should they get less time? Yes, because 15 is more than 5. So I expect that number of days supposed to decrease. Yes, it is 5 days. Always analyze. I have colleagues here, Professor of Marie Curie in France, a very famous university in France. If he told story, once during class they study physics and they study gravitation law, right? Newton. When you have two bodies, they attract to each other, and you have to find, based on this base information given, you have to find what? Parameters, one of this body. And it was a problem to find diameter of Earth from this problem. If you put in the equation of gravitation law of Newton, you can finally figure out diameter of Earth. And their test at university, kids, not kids, students, was allowed to use calculators. And he came to check what they did. And one of them get diameter of Earth 15 millimeters. 15, can you imagine 15 millimeters, this one, Earth, in reality? He said, are you sure? It's because, yeah, he said, I input everything in my calculator, this result. He does not care. Okay, so what is it? It means that every time you have to analyze. Make sense or not? It makes sense. Makes sense. Good. It was number 10. Let me cross this number 10 as well. Good. For instance, number 15, in the same manner. 15. Who would like to read? Seihan, would you like to read 15, please? Let me check if you're muted. Okay. Probably you're muted. I don't know where is it. Okay, I muted you. I don't know why. Seihan, would you like to read 15?
Yes.
Please, thank you.
5 machines, when operated for 9 hours each day, can harvest a farm in 16 days. How many days would 8 machines take to harvest the same farm if each machine is now operated for 10 hours each day?
Excellent, thank you. So let's go through this question together. It is number 15. So for inverse operations, inverse variations, you always have product before and after. Before and after. So what do we have in number 15? We have 5 machines. They work 9 hours per day. $16 days. Now, versus we have 8 machines. They work 10 hours per day. And how many days, we have no idea. Let's do exactly like we did before. Even though it's look like 3 parameters, actually this is 2 parameters, because if you multiply this by this, you find total time for this process. Time total 1. If you multiply this by this, number of days times number of hours per day, you get T total 2. And now, like you did today, for easiest problem that you said in your homework, this inverse variation. Why inverse variation? Because if you have 8 machines, you expect to have less time. This inverse variation, use product. So multiply, you can write 8 times x times 10. Or let me write be consistent, not to confuse. When you do at home, you can write 8 times t total 2 equals to 5 multiplied by t total 1. Just 2 parameters. Or 8 total 2 is 10 times x equals to 5 times 9 times 16. Okay, you can put in parentheses, doesn't matter. To be consistent. After that, I take different color and divide both part by 8 times 10. Eight times 10. Okay. So cancel, 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 cancel. 5 goes into 10 2 times. 1, 2. 8 goes into 16 2 times. 2 and 2 cancel out. Right? What is left? This guy. 9 days. Behind the scenes, students, I just wrote for explanation. This is key thing. This is one problem. One line problem, because for inverse variation, rule of thumb, nota bene, it's Latin product equals to constant, always the same, constant. Constant, the same. This piece always equal to this piece, period. If you recognize this, you solve any problem for 30 seconds for this. Remember at the beginning of class, everybody failed simple problem, Leonardo Da Vinci Bridge. Now, if you have more experience, you can do it more confidently and fast, because line questions, one question. I tell short story about Nikola Tesla. You know who is Nikola Tesla? Raise your hand. Okay, tell us, for instance, Matthew, who is Nikola Tesla?
I'm not really sure like what he did, but like I know like his name.
Oh, this is nice. 50% of success. Anybody? Yes. Second say, well, I know your car, Tesla, right? The second 50%. But who knows who is Nikola Tesla? Lawrence? Okay, Karen, please help us.
I may be in that other 50%, but I know he was a scientist, inventor. Part of it, one of them was the Tesla that was bought by Elon Musk, but a big scientist. I hope that helps.
It helps. Very good. Very close, by the way, Karen. A plus, smiley face. He is a genius. You can watch. Even what he did is a puzzle for today. Not everybody even know about him, but he is genius. He worked with electricity. He even found how to transfer electricity without wires, right? Nobody knows up to these days. He was outstanding genius. And he was so smart. One time, I believe he was, no, I believe, he was born in Yugoslavia, and he came to United States by a ship, right? And it took a lot of time to take crew to get to United States. And on this ship, they had generator, generator which develop electricity for this ship. It was broken somehow. And ship was in the dark. Can you believe in room you have to travel a few months, no light, nothing. And somebody told, this is famous Nikola Tesla here. They asked Nikola Tesla, would you like to fix this generator? He said, well, let me try. He was genius. It's not for this problem for him. He came to the generator, put the lid of this, look inside, and he connected two wires. And guess what? He fixed it. Everybody was happy. He said, captain of the ship here, how much is it? He said, well, $100. At that time, 100 was a lot. It's not like today. He said, why $100? You just connected two wires. It's maybe $1 maximum. He said, yes, I agree with you. My job cost $1 to connect two wires. But to know what to connect, I have been studying all my life. And this cost minimum $100. Why I'm talking about this? What is connection? Look at this. To solve this problem, it's this one. This is solution. If you know key to inverse variation, this is one line problem. 30-second problem. No wonder our students do this test. Instead of 90 minutes, 37 minutes. In 37 minutes, they triple check this and they get perfect score. This is my point. You have to know what to do this. You understand, not just mechanical robot. Inverse variation product before and after, but we have to recognize inverse variation. Where is inverse variation? So I did not answer all your questions, but I explained part of this question which are identical. Because in this handout that I give you to prepare for today, I traced you, right? I also show how to solve some problem using rate. I don't confuse right now. I give you all identical problems based on the same approach. We have different approach. Number 7 is also not difficult. We are gonna go. We have many questions of this, but they have a slightly different tools of this, right? Not to confuse you. You understand 100%. That's inverse variation. Now we practice together to be strong. How right now you feel more comfortable about this inverse variation? Who feel this idea? This is beautiful. One line problem. One line. If you remember my Mark Twain classes, we had some problems with 15, 4th, 5th grade, 15 steps. In your age, we solve problem in 1 step, because this is actually 1 step here. I just make more detail here. 1 step. Okay, so I will not put aside this temporarily. Temporarily put aside. I just made notes what I explained you. And when we finish this chapter, I'm gonna return this, and you'll see how easy you can solve any problem from this chapter. So far, so good? Good. Now, more practice. Practice makes perfect. Good idea if you have in future, if you have binders, 2-each binder is good if you print out new materials. If you don't print materials and use digital format, store in your Windows Explorer, create a directory for English and math, right? And store all your files, because finally we'll redo many questions together. Now I want to practice with you and see how you understand concept, okay? How you understand a concept. Let me see some questions, and you get this one. I prepare a lot of stuff for you. Good. Write down problem number 1. A year with blank teeth revolving at blank RPM. RPM means revolution per minute, short, like mph, miles per hour. RPM, revolution, I make it short, okay? Is meshed with a second year turning at blank RPM. How many teeth? How many teeth does this gear have? Okay, I'll give some numbers for you. Okay, let me do this. I view this like this. Quantities. 200. 250. I have no idea. Good luck. Think about. Yes, I forget. Did they give you a chance to go to bathroom, students, or not?
No.
Who would like to go to bathroom? Go to bathroom, everybody. Everybody. And I'm waiting for you. When you're ready, come back. Time fly when you have fun. So waiting for you. So soon, when you come, raise your hand and keep it raised because I don't know when you finish. Soon, when you come back, raise your hand. Hmm? Soon, if you came back, raise your hand and try to solve this problem by yourself. Send me your results here. Okay, I will tell you who passed. Andrei, Daniel, Matthew, A+. If I don't name somebody, it means you're supposed to do. So far, 3. Lawrence, A+. Try students. Only 4 students so far pass. Good idea if you divide, Emma. Better to solve, because you'll not find this not finished division in multiple choice, right? Try to solve it. Who need help for this problem? Okay, put your hands down. I just remind you again, students, look at this. Look at this. Again, there are meshed gears. This red and this green. This red has more teeth and bigger diameter. Green has less teeth and smaller diameter. If I try to rotate this, right? Look at this. If I try to rotate, so this, which faster? Why doesn't look nice? Let's take this out. I put only 2 of them. Look at these students. Consider this red and this green. Red is bigger, rotate slower, and this green is smaller and rotate faster. This is typical inverse variation. Why? More number of teeth, less RPM, revolution per minute. Less number of teeth, more revolutions per minute. See? Any questions? Well, if inverse variation, what is supposed to do? Product before and after. Let me try to represent this like picture. It's not necessary only for explanation. For instance, the first merge gear, and the second is faster. If it's faster, it's supposed to be smaller. And they rotate these opposite directions. And this is 20 teeth. Make note, students. And this is 200 RPM. And this one is 250 RPM. Since you know this is 100% direct variation, inverse variation, inverse, and X teeth we have. And this is one entity. Don't be confused. Sometimes students multiply these two. Look at this. This is one entity. And this is another separate entity. So I multiply X times 250. Equals 20 times 200. Divide by 250 those parts. By 250. Cancel out. This key thing. Product always for inverse variation is the same, constant. Now look at this, how to do it slowly. For instance, I can simplify 0, 0 cancel out. For instance, in one door we have 4 quarters, right? In 2 doors we have what? 8 quarters. So 25 goes into 100 8 times. 8 times 2 is 16. And unit of measurement teeth. One line actually. This only for explanation. And analyze what we get. If it's faster, it's supposed to have less number of teeth because some of you send more teeth. Who understand this 100%? 100. If you have question, ask me. Don't be shy. Let me change numbers for you.
Dr. Farber,
Yes.
I'm confused on how you got. Never mind. I'm not confused. Sorry.
Oh, nice question, nice answer. So don't be afraid to ask any question here. You have to go after the test, after this class, 100% of understanding. Okay, I will change only numbers for you, okay? Look at this, I changed numbers. Try to follow smart steps. Again, Nicole, if you doubt, better to ask me. You know what? I use different color. It helps you. And leave this one and get a new numbers. Okay. Let's say this is 30 keys. Instead of 30 keys. 30. And let's say 600 RPM. 600. And this is 150. Fine, answer this question, please. Good luck. Okay, Andre, good in class. Let me see, I'm supposed to double check this. Definitely, you're supposed to improve your computation skill. Okay, who passed so far? Andre, Matthew, Daniel T. If I did not name your name, redo it, please. Okay, good, good, good. Who else? Karen, Pass, Lawrence, Rashella, Nicole, A+. Maybe I missed somebody. Let me do this again. I want 100% everybody because all this problem practically the same. One line problem. Okay, let's do it together with you. Be ready. After that, I change numbers again. Practicing with this one, what we're doing. Look at this. So I write over there. Result picture. 150 times x equals 30 times 600. Take different column. Divide by 150 both parts. One 50 cancel out. Cancel out. 15 goes into 60 4 times. 4 times 30, 120. 120 teeth. Okay. To understand this 100%, 100, 100, 100. Even you did arithmetic mistake, ask me questions if you have questions. I give you a chance to do it faster, and I change numbers for you. I change numbers for you. If you understand this problem, you understand this concept, because it's actually what? The same routine problem. Okay. $50 teeth. I give you nice numbers. 300 RPM. 60 RPM. Good luck. This is problem number 3. Okay, good. Partial A plus. Okay, good, good, good. So, Lawrence, Karen, Matthew, Andrei, Nicole, Rachela, Daniel. Excellent. Okay, no, Karen, a little bit more, check arithmetic a little bit. Okay, don't be shy. Try it, students. One line problem. Okay, my suggestion: study how to simplify it. Help you in real life. So don't multiply number one parameter, so one year to another one. It's two different entities, pretend China and United States. You can make mixed match of this. Who need help for this? Okay, let me explain one more time. So my suggestion, even though you know everything, just practice together with me. Practice makes perfect. I illustrate this somehow. Okay, maybe it's not to scale, but so this is 50 T's and 300 RPM. To illustrate, with second is 60 RPM. You know, from this beautiful model, again, always remember, this is 100% inverse variation. Bigger diameter slowly rotates, and vice versa. Since this is inverse variation, I can write x times 60 equals 50 times 300. So take this one, divide by 60. Good idea if you have different colors, students. Pencil, I like pencil, different colors for explanation. It visualizes your thinking. Look at this. This what problem? I solve this problem. Okay. So 60, you can simplify this zeros. 6 going 35 times. 5 times 50 is 250. And unit measurement is always simplify, simplify, simplify. Emma, how you understand this? 10%? Hence. Okay. Who has question about this? Okay, one more. Do you think this is not the same what we did for homework for today? The same tools, only different object, mesh gears. So what? I want to change numbers for you. One more. Try to pass everybody. I need everybody to pass this. Number 4. Okay. Number 4. I just made up some numbers for you. 70 T's. 150. And this is 210. Good luck. Everybody, don't be shy. I never criticize students if you make mistake. You know who never make mistake? Only person who does not do anything. Matthew class. I only name if you are A plus. If you do not get A plus, I don't name you. So it's signal that you're supposed to redo. You did it wrong. Some of you. Daniel T, A plus. Nicole, A plus. Waiting for you, students. Okay. Excellent. Andrei, Emma, Karen, you did great job. Okay, you become stronger and stronger, students. Let me solve it. After that, I change numbers again. Why are you doing this example? Because all of them practically, they have the same idea, unless it's inverse variation. Look at this very fast together. I do very slowly. Okay, for instance here. What we know, 70 T's, this one here, times 150 equals 210 times x. One line. How to use find x? We use opposite rule, inverse operations. To find x in this multiplication, I divide both part by 210. Look at this. Cancel out. I do very slowly. Look at this. This and the 0. 7 goes into 21 3 times. Cancel. This would be 3 times. 3 goes into 150 50 times. And answer would be 50. 50. Don't worry, we'll develop a way of computation skill. Simplify. If you have smaller number, you do it faster and less probability to have mistake. Who understand this 100%? Even though you made some mistakes, so what? Okay, Rochelle, A plus. Okay, let's do this. I want everybody passes, right? Try. I change numbers again. Numbers again. Okay. What is 5 or 6? Probably 6. I made up some numbers. 90 T's, 90, 66 RPM, which is 270 RPM. Good luck. Don't rush. Try to use a reasonable time. I don't need first but wrong. Yes, Nicole, A plus smiley face. Yes, Lawrence, A plus smiley face. Don't forget to put A plus smiley face. Andrei, the same. Karen is the same, A plus smiley faces. Matthew, the same. Rashella, A plus smiley face. Emma, A plus smiley face. You got it. Daniel, A plus smiley face. Okay, good. You see? Who need help with this problem? I do it again, just write it down. But everybody, what I accomplished, you see, it's proven. There is no not smart kids. Everybody can do any problem. It takes a little bit of time. That's it. Look at this, what we have. 90 times 66 equals 270 times x. Divide by 270. Cancel, cancel. Cancel zeros. 9 goes into 27 3 times. 3 goes into 20 and into 66 22 times. Answer would be 22. Check mark. Beautiful. Only question to recognize it. This is just inverse variation. Easy topic, but you know how many kids confused with this stuff? Not kids even, grown up. You will see. Okay, let's do another problem with you. Little by little. Good. The second problem. The second problem is actually 7. Two kids blend pounds. I make it short. And blend pounds. Balance a seesaw. Seesaw. Question, students. Why for pounds we use abbreviation LB, not PD, for instance? Who can tell me why for pounds we use LB? For instance, kilogram we use kg, right? And for pounds, in word of pound, we don't have even a letter L, but we use LB. Who can tell me? Go ahead. Yes. Emma, would you like to explain?
I think it's I forgot why it was, but I remember it was it had the meaning of like it was something about Latin. I don't
Yes.
remember what it was, but it had to do something with Latin, with like the Latin alphabet. I don't remember, but it had to do something with that.
Very good. Nice hint. Who can just add something, Karen? Nicole?
So like, they use like Libra, like the ancient Romans they use Libra for pounds, and they like just shorten it to OB.
Yes, Libra Ponde. In ancient Rome, they use this scale, like in pharmacy, big one. Libra Ponde. And this was weight of this, Libra Ponde. Now you name it LB. Okay, good. Now, let's go over there. How many feet? Many feet from the fulcrum must the heavier must the heavier kid sit in the lighter kid is blanket from the fulcrum. Now I give some numbers. Okay, I will give you some numbers. Just a couple minutes. I found some numbers for you. Nice numbers. Here it is. Just a second. Okay, this one 120, 100, if the lighter kid 6 feet. Good luck. Yes. So far so good. Uh-huh. Okay. So practically, Matthew, Karen, Daniel, Emma, A plus. Anybody else? Who need help for this problem? Let's do it together with you. Yes, Lawrence. Yes, Rochelle. Okay, good. Look at this. Make a picture. I'll make a picture. So 2 kids, 120. He is more heavier. And to maintain balance, the lighter the father says inverse variation. And this center of gravity, and this one flowing. And this into fulcrum is for the heavy kid. I don't know. But the lighter is center of gravity. And this is 100 pounds. And this is 6 feet. And you know, in order to maintain balance, the smaller weight, the bigger distance. So you can write inverse variation, x times 120 equals 6 times 100. Divide by 120, divide by 120, cancel, cancel, cancel zeros. 6 goes into 12 2 times, 2 goes into 10 5 times. It would be 5 feet. Okay. I just remind you, remember this? Archimedes again. Archimedes. This is lever, right? This is Earth's globe. This is fulcrum, this one, right? And he knew the smaller force, the bigger distance. He said, if you give me nice fulcrum and long lever, I can, using my force, move the globe a little bit. And this is idea, Archimedes, genius. Always remember, the smaller force of this, great genius, the bigger distance supposed to be to this fulcrum, and vice versa. Earth is tremendously heavy, and it's very close to this fulcrum. Okay, inverse variation. Let me change numbers. Let me change numbers for this. I have a lot of different stuff here. Okay, good. I change numbers. Look at this. It would be number 8. Number 8. Number 8. 250. And this one, for instance, 28 feet. Good luck. Good luck. Okay. Karen Matthew, A plus. Andrea, A plus. If I don't name your name, so you did not pass. Okay, good. MA plus. Rashella, A plus. Tihan, if you can send by this one, you can send for, I know, like text message, for instance. Think about it. I need feedback because I don't know how you're solving these problems. Try to find out what way you can send us if this platform does not work. Daniel A plus T. Okay. Lawrence A plus. So everybody understands this simple concept. Very good. So the second class, and you do these steps like 1 to 3. Small equation, but extremely important for many tests. They like this asking question because usually kids solve inverse variation wrong. My point, this is Goga-Gaga stuff. Not complicated at all. If you understand core of this, you definitely win. So far, so good. Do you have any questions for today? How do you feel about this lecture? How do you feel that this is not difficult stuff at all? Not difficult. Raise your hand. Definitely you have to improve your skill, your practice. Practice makes perfect. Because I see every understand concept, but sometimes you count wrong, so your computation skills are supposed to be improved. And through this prism of this simple equation, we study with you linear equation, and eventually you cover a lot of math through this approach. So I will not give you too much homework, keeping in mind that you're supposed to redo everything. What is redo? Everything we did here in class, you're supposed to do a few times. At the beginning, you can look what we did here in the class. Do it again. After that, you're supposed to close, not by memory, close, and do exactly the same steps using logic like we did today. And your since your homework was difficult at the beginning, like you thought, and this is not difficult, I give you first of all assignment to redo what we did here in the class. Let me write it down for you. Let me write it down here, for instance. Okay. Today 10:06. SHSAT E. Okay. So homework number 1. Redo notebook. What is it? All this excitement we did today in the class develops skill because concept on inverse variation based on the same approach. If you develop this and make it perfect, because every point on this test and your knowledge is a foundation of this test. Second one, you do mistakes you had, which you analyze, especially. What do you do mistakes? It's not only homework, but also today you send me all these answers. I have your answer in my database. And you see where you get wrong. If you do not get A+, you do this again. The same examples. Number 3. Redo this exam specifically in your homework. I give you numbers. Redo examples in your homework. Just minutes. Redo numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 15. These examples. Number 4. This from your homework. From homework. You get chapter 4. Manager will send this chapter by email everybody today. And this chapter, you're supposed to do exercise. Read this. Read introduction. Study introduction. I'll check my database. If I send you something else, you get the chapter 4. My request, students, not mommy, not parents, you're supposed to get this, right? If parents get, excellent. Either print it out or store in your computer in Windows Explorer. I believe you know how to do this. This means we'll send you by email. How to store your lectures. Few words. Good idea if you print it out and put in a binder like I usually have. I have hundreds and hundreds of different binders. Or in Windows Explorer, let's C drive, right? Create directory SHSAT, this folder, SHSAT. And this folder has two folders, SHSAT Math. I put here English. You know how to create in Windows Explorer, right? SHSAT English. And SHSAT Math. In this, for instance, this is Math. You create a folder. I will name it this folder 10.06.23. And you can even write here inverse variation, for instance. And keep it, etc. Next time you create another subfolder. At the end of the class and the end of this course, you will be very strong. But periodically, we have to what? To redo everything, right? And you have all this material stored nicely over there. I don't mind if your parents get it by email. I don't mind. Only they're supposed to either send you, because before class start, you have to have handouts, either format, printed out format or digital format, graph paper notebook, pens, different pencils, different color, which is great, eraser, and be in shape. This is what I expect from you. So far, so good, students. Good. So I'm proud of you. Everybody passed this test today. Everybody, without exception. Keep doing and try and improve your score. Do you have any questions for today's class? No questions. Okay. Do the same with English. English is 50% of this test, right? Very important, not easy. Even you speak English, nothing to do with this test. Okay. Have a nice evening, everybody. Be strong, be well. Enjoy math. Bye.
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 Bye, Dr. Farber. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy math. Bye.
Bye.